Hi guys, it's Blackie. Okay, continuing with the percussion revolver series, today we're going to talk about something with the Remington design guns. Now at first glance, a Colt and the Remington have a similar look. Okay, the lock work has actually been changed a little bit, and I went over in my story about Mr. Beals, who was instrumental in designing this gun, how he had changed some of the internal components to stay away from Colt's patent and not cause trouble. But the Remington, being a solid frame, is a stronger action in that, and it has a fixed rear sight, stronger. The modern Pieta like this has a little bit thicker grip up in here, and that actually feels better to some people's hands, especially our more modern, larger hands than our ancestors. It fits. But what I want to talk about today is that little odd quirk of that solid frame. It's hard to put the cylinder in and out. You know, I see the movie Pale Rider, and I watch, Clint Eastwood just slide the cylinder in and out like it's buttered. What's the deal? Well, they may have fixed that for the movie, but let me talk about the design a second. Now, when you pull the hammer back to the first click, the trigger engages like you saw and it clicks forward. The bolt is retracted down and the hand is moved up. This allows the cylinder to freely rotate for loading, but it doesn't go backwards because the hand will catch it. Okay. Now if we drop the loading lever, retract the pin, we easily just roll this cylinder right out. If you look at the back of the cylinder, you see the inset notches for the hand to engage. And when you look inside the window here, you can see right there is the hand, where that finger like sticks out. And you also notice when you look at it edge on, like that, that it actually protrudes up just a hair. And that's where the problem with putting the cylinder in is. It's how the hammer's cut, whether or not that finger is sticking out quite too far. And therefore, if I go to just simply slide the cylinder straight back in like that, it stops. See? Well, what's happening is that finger is what's butting into it. So here's what you do. You put it in it, and with the gun facing away from you, you go in and you rotate the cylinder that way. Watch what happens. It goes right in. And what's happening is that hand, that little finger sticking out right there, when I bring this up and keep everything in the right place, set it in there. I always set the front of the cylinder in first. Then I rotate it to the back, and then I rotate like that. And that will scoop and pick up that hand, and so it drops in. Now you notice all this fiddly bit is falling down. So the way to do it is point it downhill, put the cylinder in to the front, rotate it in, twist that way, and that just lifts it up and goes right in. No problem. Now, why Remington did this is kind of obvious when you really look at it. It was getting around the Colt's patent, and that finger just doesn't retract far enough. Well, what happens if I go ahead and just shave it off a little bit, Blackie? Then your cylinder will not index far enough. It has to be that long in the modern guns to reach out and push it up. Now, in some of the originals, it was not. It was actually just flush. So the cylinder, you just slide it in and out. So for the movie, more than likely I'm betting they went and bobbed that or removed it. So all he's got to do is just sit here and drop it into that hole, and it just slides right in like it was meant to do it. Slide in, rotate up, and there it is. It's a little fiddly, okay, because that forward and back tension has to be correct, and that means the top and the bottom fit in there very closely together. There shouldn't be but a tiny bit of what's called in shake. It means the cylinder goes forward and back. And yeah, if you plane that off, man, I drop it right in, but then the end shake gets working, your accuracy goes down. So, in conclusion, why is the cylinder so hard to take in and out? 1, that finger sticking up. 2, the tension front to back has to be a certain given length, and it needs to be this way. So, again, taking the cylinder out, point it downhill, unlock, pull the pin out, push the cylinder out. With you holding it, push it out from left going to the right. Okay? Now, to put it back in, what you want to do is tilt it over a little bit, still downhill, put the front of the cylinder in, rotate it in, and then as soon as you feel that little stop, lift up, set twist, and show you again. Put it in, swing the back of the cylinder in, and then rotate it. And then use your finger on the other side to hold it. Now you gotta do is just push that, and it will wiggle right in and goes in. It should be a little bit fiddly. If it's so easy it just falls in and out, probably a little loose, and you probably got a lot of end shake, and your accuracy won't be that great. Now, for those in the competitive of I'm trying to get my cylinder changes down pat, you can take a little off that finger, but do it. I would just bevel it. Leave the length, but kind of taper it just a crunch so that it's easier to grab that cylinder and push up out of the way. But you're running the risk of messing up the timing, and then you got to fit a brand new hand to it. So if you even want to think about doing this, because you want to shave a couple of seconds off, go ahead and get 2 or 3 hands. Take the unmodified hand that's already on it and match it. Line it up and file it, whatever you got to do to make it match exactly what the unmodified hand in here looks like. Okay? Then modified one of those, put it in. You make it where it works and it's still index and locks up solid, cocking slowly and cocking in a hurry, then you've done it. It's great. If you screwed up, you've already got the other 2 already fitted, and you can just drop them in, right? Smart move. Okay, thank you for watching, guys. Do me a favor before you go and hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and there will be more videos coming. And like I mentioned recently in a video about woodscraft, that I will, in the month of December, be doing a percussion revolver video that will be a pay-per-view type thing. If you'd like to understand what I'm talking about, here's the link right here to the video where you can go watch it and understand the whole thing. I ain't got to relate it all again. But I will be beginning in December, and I'll be taking the 51 Navy. I've got a Colt 3rd issue 1851 Navy squareback. You've seen it in a couple of my videos, and we're going to go in depth into that. And then in January, we're going to do the 58 Remington, that kind of way. So I hope you tune in and hope you'd be interested in it. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.